Four bananas make a bunch of so many more. Over hill and highway the banana buggies go. Coming on to bring you the banana split show. Picking up a mess of fun. Picking up a mess of fun. Lots of fun for everyone. Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la.
They might get us a walk over and say, please stand up, please stand up, please stand up.
Hello, it's Nitro Nerds here, and this is part 5 in our video series, Nitro Nerds Current Collection. Under here, under this towel, is a $329 ready-to-run kit. It's got a small block engine that's stock. The kit's been discontinued for probably 2 years now. The engine on here you can still get for $100 off of eBay. Might not sound like much, but here's where it gets interesting. Under this towel is our fastest vehicle. It's our quickest vehicle. It can move around any terrain like a little whippet out there running on a big field. It can jump its ass off and fly through the air like a damn squirrel. It's as durable as any vehicle we have. You might think I'm kidding, but it's no joke. This is no joke at all. This is the Losi 810. Hell yeah. So I made some pretty big claims there. First, it's as durable as any of our vehicles, and that's really saying a lot when you consider that I have an extremely high bar for durability, if I can talk. So how is that and why is that? Well, very simple. That right there. It's a Losi. That's as durable as you get. And then we have speed. And there's no doubt about it. This is our fastest vehicle. I mean, it is wicked fast. And all, the subscribers that I know in real life, every time I see them, they'll want to see the 810, right? And you guys can chime in because you've seen it. It does not disappoint. And I guess it's one of those things you either have to see in person or see it compared against another vehicle or even drive it. Even my own son, he was a doubter at one time, and he used to talk smack about it until, excuse my language here, until his shit got smoked bad one time with it.
They're gonna see me whoop you with that, man. There's no fast.
Huh?
That's all I can say. It's very fast.
Even a month later, he was still somewhat in disbelief and was, making excuses. Oh, his 8.2.0 wasn't tuned or whatever. And I said, let's make it real easy. How about you drive it this time? What do you think? Now, you just drove that.
It's probably the fastest car we have.
Huh?
It's probably the fastest car we got.
So now he knows. Now the question is, how the hell is it so damn fast? I mean, we got a stock small block engine on it. The answer's real simple. I made it fast. How the hell did I make it fast? That answer's simple as well. Let's take what is considered our second fastest vehicle, this Austin Hyper 7. And this doesn't have a $100 ready-to-run engine, guarantee you that. And at some point I do think it's going to end up being the fastest vehicle. And we'll see the difference between that and this thing here. And here's your difference. That would be 2 pounds. Pounds. You guys understand how much a pound equates to on these machines? And it's not so much that this is heavy, this is light as a feather. And I've designed it to be as such. It's essentially a, it's a 1/8, it's a 1/8 chassis with 1/10 parts. Agility and its capability of jumping like a deer, flying through the air like a squirrel. once again, the weight factor, in addition to some aerodynamics, things such as that, the ability to control it in the air, all that beautiful stuff. And so that's what's up. Lucia 10, bad to the bone. As to why I got it, it was an impulse buy. This was actually our third vehicle, buying the Professor, which is our Exceed Forza, and this thug right here, Hyper 7. I was speaking with a gentleman back in the day whom I respected very much with his wisdom in the hobby, and I asked him, what his favorite vehicles were at the time, and he listed out some, and he mentioned one I'd never heard of called this thing, Losi 810, and I looked it up, and I was like, the price is good, 320 bucks. I got it. I fell in love with it the minute I opened the box. I'm really excited about this car. This is actually going to be my new baby. And so with expectations through the roof, not only did it deliver, it exceeded my expectations. Because there was a point where I said to myself, this buggy this damn thing does anything. That was the key. To this day, it does anything I want it to do. I want it to be finesse. I want it to get rough. Whatever, it will do it. That right there is, in my opinion, the beauty of this hobby. This vehicle right here has turned into what I want it to be. So it's been discontinued, and essentially what this is the Nitro buggy version of the effervescent Losi SCTE. And you guys are familiar with that. It's a short course electric truck which dominates at the track. And it's very funny because, again, I don't really have a lot of people to talk shop with on this vehicle because not many people have them. And even a lot that do don't understand what they have. And so I will engage in conversations with the SCTE guys, and they get kind of like, they're like, what the hell? Because I know nothing about electrics, but I can tell them anything they want to know about their their vehicle, their short course vehicle, because it's 95% the same vehicle, save for the chassis and the powertrain, axles, and just the wing, body, very, very small things. But it's amazing, how you can make little adjustments to a vehicle and then turn it into from a buggy to a short course truck to a truggy, whatever. But yeah, so I know a whole lot of SCTE guys. And I learned from them, and they learned from me. But as far as the 810 goes, in my opinion, this one here is the best on the planet. It's as good as it gets. What am I basing that off of? Speed, durability, and agility. More importantly, like I said, it does what I want it to do. So in my mind, what I want, it delivers. Let's talk about current specs on it. First thing, the powertrain. So again, this is the one vehicle that gets whatever it wants. I don't cut corners with this vehicle, and I'm running the stock engine on it. Is this the best engine in the world? Absolutely not. Is this the best engine in the world for the Losi 810? Hell yeah. I did a whole video on why that is, but this is the engine for that vehicle, for this vehicle right here. Boy, I don't know where to begin. Maybe I'll make this very simple. You go look up every upgrade that you can get for the 10 series. This is part of a 10 series. You got the SCTE, the SCTE Nitro, the 10T, and the 810. Look up every upgrade that's available, and Team Losi has a lot, and I've got them all. I've either tried them or they're on here or whatever, but 100% of the upgrades I have, and I've implemented and tested out and selected the ones that I want to make the Uber buggy. I think the big thing that I've embraced, and I'm still working on a little bit. I'm not complete with this this project, but making it light. So every lightened option that you can have, I have, And actually right here, you're not seeing the Lunsford Punisher titanium turnbuckles just because I was doing some stuff, but I have those I need to pop back on. As far as a clutch, right now I'm running the Team Low C Racing 3-shoe clutch. I also have an M2C 3-shoe clutch for it. As far as servos, all right, you want to see something cool? The amazing thing there is this is a high voltage servo and I was only running it at 6 volts on a battery that wasn't even charged all the way. And so when I've got it kick on with a LiPo, it's the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life. 0.05 seconds, 260 ounces of torque. Again, I'm not going to go through all the upgrades I've done to it. If you have one of these or thinking about it, or you have an SCT or anything in the 10 series and want to know, just let me know and I'll tell you about it. You know, it would just take much too long. The biggest thing though that I think really, you know, that I do for this vehicle, as in all my vehicles, but especially this one, I keep it like new. So I mean, every part that could possibly get worn out, I will change it the minute I see any sign of wear on it. Hinge pins, you know, turnbuckles, you name it, bearings, whatever. Anything that will show any sign of wear, I will change immediately. Because I don't want this to be a like new vehicle. I want it to be a better than new vehicle. So why did it get discontinued? I mean, if it's all that, what happened? Well, there's a lot of different reasons, but I can tell you none of them deal with performance. All right. This came out, a lot of people did certain things to it. I think they were expecting it to be something it's not. The tank put a lot of people off. It's an 82cc tank, and there's a tank mod that you can do out there. I haven't done. You know why? I like saving the weight. I enjoyed this tank on this vehicle. We just learned to pit really fast. That's what we do. You know, we get maybe 6-minute run time, but hey, it makes up for it in the end, right? The other thing, a lot of people have attempted to put bigger engines on there and stuff. Like I said, not only, you don't want a larger engine for sure. It's just, you know, you get the weight distribution, you've got how it's going to chew up the powertrain, or all the gearing, all that stuff. I mean, it's not what it is. For my go forward plans, well, there's 2 things on here that need my immediate attention. First is slop. Now, I hear people all the time go, oh man, that's not slop, that's not slop. You should see my slop. I'm going to show you. If any of you have slop, like this right here, you see that? I'd recommend you probably don't drive your vehicle. And I know exactly what's causing it. You see, when you look at this buggy, every single part on here is, I don't want to call it new, but okay, let's put, there's only 1 original part, or 4 original parts on this entire buggy. Now, it is probably 80% stock, but the parts themselves, I go 3-4 deep on certain parts. But there's one that's the original. And that's what's causing the slop. And that's these things right here. The wheel hubs. You can't find them anymore because these are one of the 1/8 parts that are on here. And all the SCT guys bought them out. The only way I can get a pair, or a set I guess, is to buy a used Low C 810 that still has these on there. Probably not going to do that. So there's a modification that I'm going to do. It's the footprint on it's kind of heavy. I'm going to have to change axles and things like that. But yeah, that's why the slop is in. This thing's got almost, Jesus, 10 gallons. And how do I know? Well, every other part on here is brand new. So it's obviously this. Plus I've fixed slop before by changing just the wheel hubs. I thought the hard anodized balls, pivot balls, would fix it because there's people that swore up and down. But then I learned, no. All that does, that's gonna, it'll take longer to wear. That's all it is. But you're gonna get the same performance increase with a brand new set of pivot balls. They might wear quickly, but anyways. So slop is one. The next thing is the pipe. Now, you know, I like this pipe. It is a nice pipe. I don't like component pipes, however. So I'm trying to find a good pipe for this. You guys that are familiar with our channel, I mean, I got pipes on pipes, right? So here's an extra Works 2013 laying around. Put that on. It's not that simple. The problem is this is a small block engine, so the header on well, every pipe I have except for these, and I've got about 5 of these. It's for a 1/8 engine. So it's difficult because I'm not real familiar with small block engines, so I'm going to have to find a pipe, a good pipe, that I can fit on here. If anybody knows of one, I am all ears. This is a mid-range engine, by the way, so I'd like a mid-range pipe, but really what I'd like to do is find a series of pipes, like Works or something like that, and then just begin trying them all out, the high-speed ones, the torque pipes, the mid-range, etc. So there you have it. It's my Losi 810, my beloved Losi 810, my all-time favorite vehicle. I'll put it up against anything that's out there. In fact, it was funny. I was at this new hobby shop that opened up, and I went in there, and it was a Traxxas shop, and, you know, all electric stuff, and which is fine. I mean, I understand. I expect that. So people go to hobby shops for. There's this guy that worked, this big fat slob that worked there, and he was actually giving me a hard time because I was getting like Nitro items, and he started like out of the blue telling me like how I need to get into electric, and he's like, "You don't understand, man. You know, it's like electric's 100% torque and 100% power, blah blah blah." And you know, I was rolling my eyes at him. I felt like, "Oh, look, dude. All right, you want to go? Let's go. I tell you what, you get your fastest electric vehicle. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get my beloved Losi 810 with a small block engine on it. I'm gonna come back up here. We're gonna go on the street, and I'm gonna kick the shit out of your drag racer. Is what's gonna happen. All right. Now, you know what? Even if his electric street racing drag race or whatever beats my 810, I've still won. I'll tell you why. What do you think people are going to be more, if people out there watching, what do you think they're going to be more drawn to? What do you think is going to have that wow factor? What do you think they're going to be more interested in? You know, first of all, I won because, you know, he doesn't have a Nitro, and I do. And he sure as hell doesn't have a Losi 810, and I do.